Hey guys, so things are a little bit still right now in Tekken 8. We don't really have that much going on. We are expecting a huge balance update, hopefully before the TWT finals in December. So before then, I thought we'd take a look at some of the character popularity rankings. So this list is really compiled every after 1 month. This one, the latest one right now out is the September rankings. I'm sure we'll get the October one early next month or maybe even next week. So I'll link the link in the description for the guy that usually does these charts. This is before Heihachi's release as well, so we don't have the old man up here. So let's get into it. To take a look at firstly my mains, the bottom 5 and the top 10, as well as some characters that I cover on my channel. So let's start with my boy Heihachi Mishima is dead. My boy fumbled so hard he ended up at the bottom 5 of the popularity ranking. So Raven makes number 5 at the bottom 5. Now this makes a lot of sense. We talked about this. I've made so many videos on Raven. He's a very complex character. He is not mash friendly, so it's very difficult for the average player or the new player to just get into Raven like that. Like, no, did he? He's just a very difficult character. Like, he is cool. Like Raven, he is bro. Like, he is freaking cool AF. But his complexity just makes it so difficult to just get into him. You can't really just play Raven casually. You have to commit to this character and take some time learning the character. It's not that easy. The only other stance character that's as difficult as Raven is Athena, and look where she is, top 2 or bottom 2. You have Xiaoyu as well. Xiaoyu is just outside the top 10 as the bottom 10 as well. So stance characters are very, very complex that are not mash friendly. Hwoarang is a stance character, but he is mash friendly. Like, bro, you can mash the hell out of Hwoarang. Reina is kind of complex, but she's mash heavy as well. You know, so it's a very, very difficult, he's a very, very difficult character to just really get into. And honestly, I'm not surprised seeing Raven at bottom 5 despite how cool this character is. Then we have Leroy, and I've talked about Leroy as well so many times. I've made a video on him as well. Leroy, I think it's the bunch of major factors that have led him to this spot. People praise this guy for being the coolest freaking character, like one of the coolest character designs in Tekken history free. And honestly, he still is. Like, Leroy is like, dude, he is so freaking cool, bro. The drip master, the grand master of drip and chip, bro, Leroy. But it's sad seeing him here because I think firstly, one, bad reputation. This man went through the worst possible state in Tekken 7, dude. Like, we had Evil Japan, which was known as Leroy Japan, for having what, 6 Leroys in top 8. Like, it was so bad, bro. People despised this character, and I was one of them. I hated the shit out of Leroy when he just came out because this man was broken beyond belief. Just think of how Dragon of is right now, but maybe twice as worse. That's what Leroy was. So you can just imagine the hate. Imagine the hate that Dragonov has right now and multiply it by like what, 5? People hated this character. So I think that major factor is why Leroy is in this situation as well. He's also a very recent character we introduced in Tekken 7, so not many people will drop their mains just to main Leroy, right? Doesn't really work like that. And unfortunately, our Drip King finds himself just outside the bottom 5 as well, which honestly is really sad. He's not a difficult character to play. He's a very simple character to get into, despite having to know how to parry, right? And he's not really a strong character at the moment as well, and that might also play a huge role in the rankings. Then let's talk about some positivity on our mains. Our boy Steve, who makes a top 10. This is no surprise. Steve, up to now, still remains as one of the coolest designed characters in Tekken history. Like, oh my days, they went hard with Steve, dude. This character, sheesh. The creativity, dude. The fact that you can sway from his kick buttons, you can duck from his kick buttons. Most characters obviously have kicks and, you know, punches, but Steve on his kicks has sways and ducks. He's just an amazing character. He's very fun to play, more so difficult, but he's a bit more easier to play in this game. He's always been a very difficult character to play historically, but in this game he's a bit more user friendly. Very fun character, relatively strong as well, so I'm not surprised seeing Steve in the top 10. Very, very iconic character as well. And then we have Larzu, who is somewhere in the middle of the bunch, and I did make a video on this as well, talking about how Laz's popularity has improved in Tekken 8. This man was nowhere to be seen in Tekken 7. He was regarded as one of the worst characters in Tekken 7. It was so bad. Like, Laz's arc in Tekken 7 is one of the worst. Like, despite so many buffs, Buff Laz meme was a trend. He just didn't seem to get going in Tekken 7. And considering how strong he was back in Tekken 6 and Tag 2, that went downhill really quickly. But come Tekken 8, he got so much screen time from story mode. I think they just gave him a very good look for Tekken 8. He has some really good changes in T8, stance changes, right? He also has that Mishima vibe to him a bit because of the story mode. So I think that has played some really good factors in increasing his popularity in Tekken 8. And honestly, I do hope, or I do think he will go a bit higher in the next popularity chart. I'm expecting him to be a little bit higher. Maybe he might go lower, I don't know. But if he receives buffs, I expect him to go higher. So those are 4 of my mains. So 2 of them are doing good, Lars and Steve. But 2 are not doing too well, Leroy and Raven, which sucks because I do love this character, especially my boy Raven. Oh, you hate to see it, bro. But it is what it is. Character still stays winning, has one of the highest win rates in ranked, by the way, because most people have to master Raven to get better with him. So shout out to my boy Raven. Now for the top 10, starting with Kazama G. Now this one is an obvious one. At the beginning of the year, Reina usually topped the charts as one of the most popular characters in the game. Now of course that makes sense. She was a new Mishima. She was like a new kid on the block, right? She came with the swagger. Everyone wanted to play some Reina, and that went downhill real quickly when people figured out just how strong Jin is in this game. Of course, Jin being the main protagonist of the game just makes sense why he is number 1. Like he's him. Jin is him. And this character, I'm sorry Jin main, but your character is just stupid bastard. You guys are so fucking carried, it's not even funny. This character needs some serious nerfs. Hit smash, down 2, his chip damage, bro, 214. Like just those moves alone carry the hell out of this character. He is so freaking strong, it's not even funny. But of course, he is a main character. People will say it's low accurate, but man, in ranked, fuck that. Nerf this character. And then we have King, which is no surprise as well. King has always been very, very popular. Wrestling is a very popular sport, or an entertainment, entertainment. It's not surprising seeing King being number 2. Honestly, I did think Kazuya would be number 2, but King takes 2nd place, and he is a very relatively easy character to use. You don't really have to know how to grab with this character. His tools are just strong enough to get the job done. The grabs are just an added bonus, right, in my opinion. Down forward 2, forward neutral 2, the range, forward 1. Very strong, very easy, very popular because of wrestling. No surprise, King making number 2. And Kazuya as well, honestly, I thought he'd be at least number 2. Between number 1 and number 2, just like Jin being a main antagonist of the game, you'd expect him to be at least number 2, dude. Like Kazuya is hella popular. I also love this character. He is relatively strong as well. Like Kazuya is actually very strong, dude. Those buffs he got, oh my dude, like what? Add forward neutral quarter circle forward 1+2. The plus frames, dude. Kazuya is stupid. They gave him really good mids now. He has a demon paw. Why? I don't know. So his identity has been lost. Even TMM made a video on Kazuya. So I don't know how you feel about the character, but he is strong and very underrated. Hwarang, honestly, I'm surprised seeing Hwarang here. People seem to really love this character. I think Hwarang is very popular in Asia. I think Asia is carrying the hell out of Hwarang. And I think Europe as well to some extent, but I think it's mostly Asia. Asians love Hwarang, mostly Koreans. And I think that's the reason why, honestly. But he is a very relatively easy character. He's a mash-friendly character, guys. Like, you can just pick Hwarang and start mashing, and he'll throw out a bunch of kicks. You can't mash with characters like Xiaoyu, Raven, stance characters. But characters like Hwarang, Eddie, bro, same fucking bot, right? I think that's why he's also up here. Reina, of course, pretty new. Like I said, new kid on the block. No surprise, she's up here. She is a Mishima after all. And I'm actually thinking of picking up Reina, guys. She might actually be my first female main in Mishima. I haven't really gotten into this character, but when I tried her the other day, I was like, dude, maybe I have been sleeping on Reina, dude. Is she about to be my queen? Right? Is she about to step on me? You know what I'm saying? I'm picking this character up, guys, so expect some Reina content. No surprise seeing her in the top 5. New kid on the block. We have Drag, of course. Drag, freaking easiest character, the best character in the game. But outside of all of that, Dragunov is actually a very cool character. He has one of the sickest designs in the game as well, right? So Away from the hate, away from the stupid balancing, the QCF4s, running 2s, down 2s. He has been a very cool as character throughout the entirety of the Tekken series, and I'm not surprised seeing him up this high. Same applies to Brian. Brian is very popular, very iconic, very easy to play, at least decently easy to play, so no surprise there as well. We have Law, just like Steve, very iconic, very easy to play, one of the OGs of the Tekken game, and making out last of the top 10 is Yoshi, who is again one of the faces of Tekken, very iconic, stupid strong in this game, an S tier character, very decent, very, I can't say he's easy to play, he's a very complicated character, but he is not that, like he's not a Raven, right? I think I'll compare everyone to Raven. He's not like a Raven level of complicated. You can get to him, like you can get into him and just do like basic stuff that's still strong, like spam 1-1, forward 1 plus 2, back 2. Like yeah, you will take some time to get good with him, and I think that's the only thing stopping Yoshi from being like top 5. It's his complexity, but other than that, I think he's not really that difficult to play, but very, very strong. And that's basically the top 10 of character rankings for September for ranked. So I think it's a very good top 10, honestly. I'm surprised some characters like Lily, I think Lily and Asuka are very popular. I'm surprised they haven't made top 10. I know Xiaoyu is popular. Seeing her almost at the bottom 10 is kind of crazy. Feng also just being outside the bottom 10. Like, what's up with Feng? There's been so much hate about Feng recently. Not really hate, but people downplaying the character, saying he's not as good. I think this all started after Nee made that one tweet saying he wouldn't recommend playing Feng, and he hasn't touched Feng ever since, bro. He said fuck this character, bro, and went to Brian and has been loyal to Brian ever since. So is this because of that particular tweet? Like Feng mains, and I have a bunch of guys who are like, what's going on with your character? Why is he so low on popularity rankings? I do think Feng is cool, despite the hate this character receives. He's an OG, you know, Shaolin Kempo, pretty popular martial arts. So what's happening, bro? This is kind of criminal, bro. Feng this low? Sheesh, what the hell? Okay, and then we have, let's see, what else do I cover? We do have Alisa. Alisa also just below, close to the middle as well, very close to Lars, fittingly. I'm not surprised. She's quite, I mean, she's not really, she's a hated character in terms of the bullshit she has in Chainsaw Stance. But like Alisa has always had this comfortable spot of being like relatively popular, right? So I think it's a fitting spot for her. I don't know what else they can do with this character to make her even more popular. Maybe she needs some, you know, very recent screen time, but she did get mad screen time in Tekken Blood Vengeance. She was basically the main protagonist alongside Xiaoyu. So I think it's a very fitting spot for her, honestly. Like, what else do you need to make this character cool, right? Like, you know, it is what it is. Then we also have, let's see, June, dude. Like June, what's happening with June? June was like so hyped when the game was announced. Like, oh, June is back, OG June. But like even in the beta test, the alpha and the beta, the devs were surprised that June was not getting that much play, and she came really busted, bro. Like June was so strong, she got a bunch of nerfs, but she's still a very strong character. But I don't think that's what has affected her popularity all that much, honestly. She's still strong. So like, what the hell is going on? Like June simps, like what the hell? Yeah, I'm supposed to put her on the map, so like what's going on? But I don't think she's still high up, close to top 10. I think she's top 20, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even top 15, which is not bad, honestly. So yeah, I just thought she would be higher considering all the hype. And the characters that surprised me, honestly, is Lydia. I know she's DLC, everyone's trying her out, but I think she's a bit too high. She might go down in the October chart, so we'll see about that, but I'm surprised seeing her this high up. Shout out to Lydia Sobieska, one of my favorite female characters in the game. I think that's all the characters that I cover on my channel. Let's see, who else is surprising here? Shaheen, I'm not surprised, honestly. He's been in bottom 5 since the game launched, right? So RIP. Zafina, same thing as Raven, as I explained earlier. She's popular, but like very complex, very difficult to get into, not a match friendly character. No beginner is picking Zafina, but like after trying her out, no one is going to commit to that character because yeah, she is just not that popular anymore. Or has been that popular. Devil Jin, dude, what is going on? Emishima, dude, this low. Like what? I almost missed Devil, dude. Like what? Not even top 15? Devil Jin, like are you kidding me? Like what is going on? Devil Jin? Reina is higher than Devil Jin. Like dude, Oh, this is cancer, bro. This is cancer. And there's so much, like, Devojin mains are one of the loudest mains in Tekken, bro. Like, every Devojin has been complaining about buffs and all that, but like, are you telling me people are just not playing Devojin because he's not that strong? People say he's one of the coolest characters in the game, so why are y'all not playing Devojin? You know. But anyway, this is just a very small piece of the cake. There's so much more involved, honestly. I will compare this to the October rankings. So I think the October rankings will switch up a lot, but I think we have to wait for the next big update to see just how the characters switch around in terms of popularity in ranked. I'll check out the win rate next. I wanted to make them two separate videos, character win rate, because characters that are not very popular in ranked tend to have the highest win rates. Shaheen, Raven, Kuma, right, Feng, these characters have very high win rate, but they're just not that popular. And that's one thing I want to talk about as well in a separate video. So how do you guys feel about the popularity of your particular character? Who do you main and how is the character doing in terms of rank popularity? As for my mains, I have Steve and Lars doing well, not so much for Raven and Leroy Smith. I will pick up Reina, guys, keep that in mind. She will be my 5th main, maybe if I do commit hard. Content coming soon, look forward to that. I do plan on making a guide on her if I do vibe with the character. And depending on what DLCs release, if Armor King Bruce drop, I will drop Reina. Like, I can't play that many characters because, dude, those are my OG characters as well. So if those two characters drop out, I'll have to sacrifice one of my OG mains. But for now, I will pick up Reina. So yeah, guys, talk to me, guys. How is the character doing in ranked? How are you doing in ranked? How's your grind going? What are you guys up to right now? Also, Tekken game is very, very slow in terms of news and updates. What are you currently playing? So, GG my boys, thanks for watching and take care.